Welcome back to the next game in the 2025 MLB playoffs, and this will be a potential elimination game for the San Diego Padres as they trail in the three-game series 1-0 as the Cubs won Game 1 3-0 with the left-hander Matthew Boyd pitching one hit ball through 8 innings. And this game will be played in the evening, it looks like, at Wrigley Field, the wind blowing in from right field at around 11 miles an hour. And it's clear and game time starting temperature of 58 degrees. So the Padres have some work to do in Game 2 as they'll face Shota Imanaga in this game. And leading off will be Fernando Tatis playing right field. Luis Arraez will play first base and bat second. Manny Machado plays third base and bats third. Jackson Merrill, center fielder, bats fourth. Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, bats fifth. Ryan O'Hearn, the DH, bats sixth. Gavin Sheets plays left field and bats seventh. Cronenworth will bat eighth and play second base. And batting ninth will be Freddie Fermin, the catcher. For the Chicago Cubs, facing Dylan Cease, the right-hander. Michael Busch will lead off for the Cubs and play first base. Batting second, Nico Hoerner, playing second base. Batting third will be Ian Happ, and he is the left fielder. Batting fourth, Kyle Tucker, the DH. Batting fifth, Seiya Suzuki. I have difficulty pronouncing some of these names. In right field, Carson Kelly, catcher, bats sixth. Pete Crow Armstrong plays center field and bats seventh. Dansby Swanson plays shortstop and bats eighth. And batting ninth, Matt Shaw, the third baseman. I will be controlling the defenses and substitutions for both teams. The computer will make an initial defense, and if I have to, if I think it's necessary, change it. Otherwise, I will stick to it. But I will at least look at it. And the substitutions I will control as far as substituting batters and pitchers. And then I'll let the game computer handle the rest and the managers of each team. So, as we get ready to go, the Cubs are up 1-0 in this series again. And this is a best-of-3 series, so the Padres have to win this game. So let's head out to Wrigley Field on this evening and start this game. Looks like a nice evening in Chicago. And a packed crowd. And we will get ready to start with Fernando Tatis, Arraez, and Machado stepping in here in the top of the first inning. And let's get things started. We will fly around the ballpark, it looks like. You get to see the whole ballpark here. So the 1-2 pitch to Tatis to start things off. Struck him out, and that's the first out on a fastball. Luis Arraez will bat. 0 for 4 in the first game. And here we go. The 1-strike pitch. Ground ball to short. Swanson over to Busch, and that's 2 outs. So 2 quick outs for Imanaga. I'm trying to use as close to the rosters and lineups as I can, since the game was already played in real life. So pretty much know what the roster is. I don't know if I have the full roster correct. Some of the pitching seems a little weird in this game, OOTP, but I'll do the best I can here. So with 2 outs, Machado will bat. He is 0 for 3 for the series. San Diego only managed 2 hits in the first game. There's a fly ball to right field, and over to get it is Suzuki, and 3 outs for the Cubs, and the Padres go 1-2-3. The Cubs come to bat the first time. Dylan Cease will enter the game. The right-hander. 32 games, 8-12 record, 4.55 ERA. And here we go with Michael Busch up to bat. Ground ball to second. Cronenworth over to Reyes, and that's one out. Michael Busch was 1 for 4 in the first game. Second batter will be Nico Hoerner. Nico was 2 for 5 in the first game. So here we go. 1 ball, no strikes. Lined into center field. In comes, out into short center field. Goes Bogarts and grabs it. And that's 2 outs. So it wasn't as well hit as I thought. So there's 2 outs. And Ian Happ will bat. Switch hitter. 0 for 4 in the first game. We're just getting started with the Chicago Cubs hosting the Padres. Sharp ground ball to first base. Reyes takes it himself, and that's 3 outs. So both pitchers start off with 1, 2, 3 innings, and we head to the second. Imanaga will face Jackson Merrill, Bogarts, and Ryan O'Hearn. Two-one pitch. Fly ball out to left field. Over to get it is Happ, and that's 1 out. So a slow start for both teams. Xander Bogarts, 0 for 3, his first time in the first game. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball toward the hole. Sam Swanson goes over, throws it, and Busch misses the throw. And it was a quick throw, but a bad throw, it looks like. So the error will go to, I think, Swanson. So that will put Bogarts on first with 1 out. I'm going to check and see. Yep, shortstop. So an E6. Tough play over into the hole, but the throw is a little off. So holding on at first, Ryan O'Hearn up. He was 0 for 2 in the first game. Bogarts at first. There goes, they picked him off at first base. He started to run, and Kelly picked him off at first base as he was late getting back. He stopped and came back. So a 2-3 put out, and there's 2 outs. And now Ryan O'Hearn, the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Chased ball 4 on the fastball, and that's 3. So the Padres end up with nothing, even though they had a base runner because of an error, and it's no score heading to the bottom of the second. Kyle Tucker will enter the plate. He had 3 hits in the first game, 3 for 4. And then it will be Suzuki and Kelly to follow to face Cease. 1 and 2. Pitch. And he struck him out. Looking, 1 out. So he was fooled, and he becomes the first strikeout for Dylan Cease. Suzuki will step up, 1 for 4 in the first game. Full count. Fly ball, pretty well hit to left field. Back goes Sheets, but he will grab it right in front of the warning track, and that's 2 outs. Carson Kelly will bat, 2 for 3 in the first game. He did score a run. And here we go. 2 outs, 3 balls, no strikes. And he walked him. Missed it on the inside with a slider, and that is the first base runner for the Chicago Cubs this evening. Early evening. Pete Crow Armstrong. 0 for 4 in the first game. Carson's not going anywhere. And 2 outs. And the first pitch to Armstrong. That is lined into right center field, and it will be a base hit. It lands in front of Merrill, and here comes the play, but they will make it home, Carson Kelly. No throw, and the Cubs lead 1-0 on the RBI double by Armstrong. So, 1-0 Cubs with 2 outs. They get a run on the double, and Armstrong comes through, knocks in Kelly, and the batter will be Swanson. Dansby Swanson was 1 for 3, had an RBI in the first game. 1-0 Cubs here in this Game 2, which the Padres need to win to force a Game 3. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. That will end the inning, but a productive inning for the Cubs as they get the first run of the game, and they lead it 1-0, headed to the third inning. We are in the top of the third. Cubs 1, Padres 0. It will be the bottom 3 of the order to face Imanaga, Gavin Sheets, Cronenworth, and Furman. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball to first. Bush will take it unassisted to first base, and that's the first out. 7 up, 7 in the books now for San Diego. They did have a base runner, but he was picked off at first base by the catcher, Kelly. So it'll be Cronenworth. 0 for 2 in the first game. And a full count pitch from Imanaga. Ground ball to short. Swanson toward the second base and throws it over to Bush, and that's the third out, or the second out. Sorry about that. 2 outs. Freddie Furman, 0 for 3 in the first game. So 2 outs. 1 strike pitch from the left-hander. That is lined or flied out to left field, shallow left field. And in comes Happ and grabs it, and that will be the third out. 1, 2, 3. 2.5 in the books. 1-0 Cubs. Dylan Cease faces the 9th hitter and then the top of the order. Matt Shaw didn't play in the first game. So here we go. First pitch to Shaw. It's popped into shallow center, and out to get it is Bogarts, and that's 1 out. Top of the order, Michael Bush. He grounded out to second base his first time up. As the Cubs try to add on here in this game, as the Padres need this to move to force a Game 3. And here we go. First pitch. Ground ball to first. Reyes will take it unassisted, and that will be 2 outs. Nico Horner will bat. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to shallow center field his first time. So 2 outs. 1-1 pitch from Cease. Ground ball slow to first. And he will be late to get it to Cease. And Nico will beat it out for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner. He had 2 outs last inning and got a run in. We'll see if they do it again here as Happ will step in. Ian Happ, 0 for 1, grounded out his first time. Horner could steal. We'll see if he's moving. 2 balls, 1 strike. He's not moving. Ground ball to second. Cronenworth over to Reyes, and that will be the third out. So no harm with the base hit. And 3 innings are complete here at Wrigley Field, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Imanaga will face the top of the order, Tatis, Reyes, and Machado. As they look to get something, they only have managed 2 hits in this series so far in 12 innings against the Cub pitching. A 3-2 pitch to Machado. Ground ball to third, picked up by Shaw and thrown over to Bush, and that's the first out. Still do not have a hit in this game. They went 5 or 6 innings in the first game with Boyd pitching for the Cubs and didn't have a hit, so they're doing it again here as the Cub pitching is shutting them down so far. Luis Arraez grounded out his first time. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball to center field. Armstrong is in to get it. Goes to his right and grabs it, and that's 2 outs. Manny Machado flied out to right field his first time up. 1-2 pitch. That's a fly ball to center field. Armstrong to his left this time, and he will grab that one, and 3 up, 3 down. So the Padres have done nothing so far through 3.5 innings, 4 at bats, and they trail 1-0. Kyle Tucker. Suzuki and Kelly expected here for the Cubs in the bottom of the 4th inning as they try to tack on a couple little more runs here and widen the lead. So we'll see what happens here against Cease. And it's a full count pitch. And they walk. Curveball missed. And Cease walks him. So Tucker will be at first with nobody out. That is the second walk today for Dylan Cease. Let's see if Tucker's on the move or anything's going on here. With Suzuki, he flied out to left field his first time. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Struck him out on a curveball, and that's 1 out. Carson Kelly walked and scored, the only run so far. Back in the 2nd inning. And a 2-2 pitch. Ground ball slow to third. Machado over to Arraez, and they will get the runner. And on that play, Turner will head to second. So there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, and Tucker's at second now. Armstrong doubled in the only run so far. Back in the 2nd inning. He has another chance to add to it, to the Cubs' lead. And a 2-2 pitch. Struck him out on a inside pitch, and that will be the 3rd out. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts for Cease so far. 4 innings complete, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Imanaga will face Merrill, Bogarts, and Ryan O'Hearn as the Padres remain scoreless. They are now 13 innings into this series and have scored no runs and have only had 2 hits. The 1-2 pitch to Merrill. Struck him out on a curveball, and that's 1 out. I don't know what the Cubs pitching has done here. I don't know if it's in their food or what, but they've become superheroes here so far in this series. And here we go. Bogarts. They've been shutting down the Padres. 0 for 1, 2-2 pitch. That's flied out into center field. Here's Armstrong, and that's 2 outs. Ryan O'Hearn struck out his first time. So 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And a full count to O'Hearn. Struck him out looking on a fastball on the inside corner, and that will be the 3rd out. So once again, nothing on the board for the Padres. 4.5 complete, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Dylan Cease will face Swanson, Shaw, and Bush here in the bottom of the 5th. Trying to keep it at a 1-0 game. Full count. Struck him out. So Swanson has struck out twice now. And that's 1 out. Matt Shaw popped out to the shortstop the first time. And a full count. Lined into the left field corner. Just fair. Hits the wall in the left field. And And that will be a double for Shaw. As Sheets gets it in, and Shaw ends up on second base. So a little bit of activity here on the base paths for the Chicago Cubs as they try to widen their lead against Cease. In the top of the order, Michael Busch, 0 for 2. See what the Cubs can do. He's 1 for 6 in the series so far. Shaw at second, 1 out, and a 3-1 pitch from Cease. And that is a walk. So now it's first and second. The double play possibility is now in potentially with the guys with Shaw at second and Busch at first. 1 for 2 is Nico Horner. He's 3 for 7 in the series. Chance to add on here for the Cubs, and the way the Cubs are pitching, adding runs now might end the Padres' chances. So here we go. 2 balls, no strikes. Weekly hit to Machado. He will have to go to first to get the out, and that's 1 out. So the base runners move up. Busch is at second, and Shaw is at third, and the infield will have to play in now. With 2 outs. So there's 2 outs in the inning. They will not play in. Base runners in scoring position here for Ian Happ. He is 0 for 6, 0 for 2 today. Chance to add on here, and a 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Cease does it. He gets out of the trouble and keeps the game at 1-0 on the slider. And that's it for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th as the Padres remain scoreless, and they trail 1-0. Imanaga will face Sheets, Cronenworth, and Furman. And a 2-1 pitch. Ground ball sharp to third. Up with it is Shaw. He will throw it across the diamond to Busch, and that's 1 out. Nice play. Cronenworth, who is 0 for 1 in this game, 0 for 3 for the series. And a 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out, a fastball. 2 outs. Cub pitchers are like Cy Young out here. Still no hits for the Padres. 5 2/3. Freddie Furman will bat. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. That will be the first hit of the game for the Padres. As a base hit by the catcher Furman puts him on first base with 2 outs. So finally a hit and a base runner. They did have a base runner in the second on the error, but that didn't last long as Kelly picked him off at first base. So here we go, 2 outs, top of the order. Tatis, a little bit of enthusiasm maybe for the Padres here. So we'll see what happens. Imanaga. 2-2 pitch. It is popped in foul territory, and the catcher goes over and grabs it. Kelly grabs it, and that's the 3rd out. So really not much trouble for Imanaga. We go to the bottom of the 6th as the Padres still trail 1-0. Dylan Cease is up to 95 pitches. He has faced 18, 19, 20, 21 batters. And we'll stretch him another inning, it looks like, or at least try. And Tucker, Suzuki, and Kelly will bat. Tucker is 3 for 5 in this series. And a full count. That is lined into left field, and that will put a base runner on first. 4th hit for Tucker in this series. Bullpen is up for the Padres as they want to keep this game at 1-0. Suzuki 0 for 2, 1 for 6 in the series. And a 1. Oh, going to pick Tucker off. They have him in a rundown right now. We'll see if they get him, and they do. And that will be, I got to look that up and see how this was. I think it was a 1-3 6 something. let me see. He was in a rundown. So that helps Cease. Let's see if it lists it. No, they didn't list it. No, I don't see it. Pick off, play after rundown. Well, they didn't list it. Is there a replay option here? Replay. Super stats replay. Play-by-play. View. I don't know what's replay. All right, 3, 6, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 3, 6, 3, 4 on the put out, and that will be 2 outs. No, that will be 1 out. Okay, so 1 out. Suzuki is up. He's 0 for 2 in this game. And a full count to him. That is lined into center field, and that is a base hit. So they'll replace Tucker with Suzuki at first. So 1 out, and Carson Kelly will bat. He has walked, grounded out. He's 2 for 4 in the series. This might be the last batter for Cease. He's up to 110 pitches. 1 strike pitch. That is a fly ball. Well hit to right field. Going back to near the warning track is Tatis, and he will grab it, and that's 2 outs. So Armstrong will bat. Here. And I think the bullpen is going to come into order here for the Padres. 112 pitches, 5 2/3 innings for Cease. And they've stretched him about as far as he can go. "24 batters, 5 2/3. And they will go to the bullpen. So let's see who they got. They pitched Matsui and Estrada in the first game. They could do Matsui one more time just to get out of this inning. So they're going to bring in Matsui again to try and get the last out. So Matsui pitched an inning and a third in the first game. He's a left-hander. Write it down. I'm also writing the game down. Matsui, the left-hander. All right, here we go. Matsui to face Armstrong. Here in the bottom of the 6th, runner on first to Suzuki with 2 outs. So here we go, Matsui trying to get this out. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. That's what he was brought in to do. And he did exactly what he needed to do on the curveball. Swing and a miss, and that's 3 outs. No runs, a hit, or 2 hits, and 1 left. 6 innings complete, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Imanaga will face Reyes, Machado, and Merrill for the 3rd time. He is up to 86 pitches. He might be looks like he's going to try and get the 7th inning in here. We'll see how successful that is. They're stretching him a little bit. He's faced 19 batters. His average is about 23 batters, and 6 innings. So we're up at the upper echelon of his extension to pitch here. So we'll see. 0 for 2 is Reyes. First pitch. Ground ball sharply to short. Swanson over to get it to his left. And that's the first out. Manny Machado, 0 for 2. He's flied out twice. He's 0 for 5 in this series. 1 hit for the Padres through 6 1/3 innings so far off of Imanaga. 3-1 pitch to Machado. It's lined into left center field. It will go all the way to the ivy in left center field. And Machado will be in with a double. So a one-out double by Machado puts a runner at second base and a threat to tie this game. And Jackson Merrill will come in to bat. He's 0 for 2, 0 for 5 in the series. The bullpen is restless in Chicago for the Cubs. See if Imanaga will pitch. This might be his last batter. One out. 1-1 pitch. Ground. Oh, line to second. And Horner grabs it, and that's 2 outs. Bogarts here as it gets dark in Chicago. What do they do with Bogarts? Because 3 left-handers are coming up to bat after that. Let's see what they got in the bullpen for Chicago. They've got Pomerantz, Taylor Rogers, and Theobar. They don't have Palencia on this roster for some reason. And if they go forward, hopefully I can put him on the roster. Let's see. Justin Steele, so Rogers. Savali, what did he do? Let's check out Savali. He didn't really pitch that much for them. And then there's Soroka and Ketteridge. Try to save him, I think. So we're going to go with Imanaga for one more batter. Bogarts 0 for 2. Runner at second is Machado. And a 1-1 pitch in a 1-0 baseball game. Soft hit to Imanaga, fields it and throws it to first. Soft ground ball. Easy play for Imanaga, and that's it. 1 hit, one left. And we are in 7th inning stretch time here in Chicago. And it's still 1-0 Chicago. And there will be a change in pitcher for the Padres. As Matsui came in and did the job, last inning get the 3rd out, and they will go to the bullpen. And let's see what they have in the bullpen. They could use Estrada again, but they'll probably not. Let's see, Matt Waldron. I don't see him listed here. Matt Waldron, he's way down there. He didn't do nothing with them. Like I said, pitching in this computer game is a little weird with the rosters the way they are. There's probably a few better pitchers than what they have listed here. Oh, they're all left-handed. Oh, no. Right, left. Okay. What about Sears? Sears. Wandy Peralta. I think they're going to go with Peralta. No, he's a left-hander. They could go with Yu Darvish, because I don't think he's pitching in this series. Michael King. Yu Darvish. I don't think he pitched in this series so far. Who would be the 3rd starter if it goes? Let's check the real-life game here. Who pitched game 3 of that series of the Cubs Padres? And it was Darvish. Oh, I was wrong. So it was Darvish that pitched. So we don't want to use him. I guess you could use Michael King. All right, Michael King will come in to pitch. He's a right-hander. 1/3 of an inning for Matsui. So Michael King faced 308 batters during the season. Pitched in 15 games. Divided by 15. 21. Okay. He's a semi-starter, I guess. So they could use him a little more. 73. Yeah, he has a stamina of approximately 5 innings. So here we go. Michael King will be brought in to pitch here in the bottom of the 7th inning to face the Chicago Cubs, who lead this game 1-0. It will be Dabney Swanson, Matt Shaw, and Michael Busch to face them, to face King. Got to keep it close. They still have 2 at-bats to go for the Padres. In bottom of the 7th, as the Cubs try to finish this series out, lined into right field by Swanson. It will be gathered by Tatis, and Swanson will end up at second with a double to start this bottom of the 7th inning. Will the Cubs add runs here? And it will be Matt Shaw, and we're going to play the corners in case of a bunt. Try to get him over the third. 1 out, or nobody out. 1 for 2 is Shaw against King. Here we go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball to short, and it will get through. And here comes Swanson with the second run, and he will be safe. And the throw goes through, and Matt Shaw with a single. He stayed at first, even though the ball went to home plate on the throw. And it is now the Cubs 2 and the Padres nothing, as Shaw comes through the single to center field. And Michael Busch. So Michael King has been rudely greeted here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nobody out in the top of the order. 0 for 2, 1 for 6 in the series so far for Busch. Matt Shaw leads off, first base. Struck him out on a fastball, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Nico Horner, 1 for 3, 3 for 8 in the series, 1 for 3 in this game. So Shaw's at first. First pitch, there he goes. There goes Shaw. The throw from Furman is late, and that will be a stolen base for Matt Shaw. So Shaw's at second. Another run possibly to add to the lead already. And Nico Horner. 1 ball, no strike. Fly ball into shallow center. In comes Merrill, and that will be the second out of the inning. So it's up to Happ to drive in Shaw. He is 0 for 3 and 0 for 7 in the series. Michael King trying to get out of this with only 1 run given up. Full count. And he walked him. So Happ is at first. Shaw is at second. 2 outs. And Michael Tucker comes up. Is this the point where the game gets wide open? We'll see. Tucker's been a best hitter for the Cubs. He's 4 for 6 in the series, 1 for 2 in this game. He's also walked. So here we go. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th as King tries to get out of it. And a 3-1 pitch. And that will be a walk. The pitch was on the inside. Fastball missed. And he has put 2 base runners on with walks. Shaw moves over to third. And Happ moves over to second with 2 outs, and comes up Suzuki will bat. 1 strike pitch, soft grounder to Machado, throws over to Reyes, and that will be the last out. So 3 outs, but they do manage a run, possible insurance run there. 7 innings, and the Cubs lead 2-0. And Matsui is done for this game. Or not Matsui, Imanaga is done for this inning. 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs. Another stellar performance for the Cubs starting pitching staff in this series. Let's see what they got in the bullpen. Who is their best left-hander? Looks like it's Pomerantz. Pomerantz. Left-hander. And he faced... Okay, 23 batters. All right, Pomerantz will pitch for the Cubs. Let's see what he was during the season. He was 2-2, 1 save, 2.17 ERA. He's a short specialist or short-term reliever. So it's a short fuse reliever specialist, so he averages about an inning of work. So here we go. Pomerantz will come in to try and get to the closer in the 9th. To the game. All right, here we go. Ryan O'Hearn. Do we have any pinch hitters for the Padres? Bryce Johnson. Ooh, he's a good hitter too. They're going to bring in Bryce Johnson to bat. He's a switch hitter for O'Hearn. All right, Bryce Johnson for O'Hearn. Switch hitter, batting on the right side. He has a hit in the playoffs and 1 trip so far. So they're hoping to get on. Hoping Johnson gets on and start this inning off. Pomerantz 0-2 pitch here in the top of the 8th inning as the Padres try to come back. Struck him out on a cutter. I don't know what a KC is. Pitch. Trying to think. Knuckle curve. That might be what it is. So 1 out. And Gavin Sheets steps in. See if they have anybody else. They have the first baseman, but he didn't do really anything, and Elias Diaz. So I guess they're gonna keep Sheets in the game. Sheets is 0 for 2, 0 for 5 for the series. 1 out, top of the 8th inning. 5 outs till the Cubs move on. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, weakly hit to second. Horner to first, and that's 2 outs. Cronenworth to bat, second baseman. Cronenworth will bat. He's 0 for 2, and he is 0 for 4 for the series. So Pomerantz, 8 pitches, 2 batters out, and here we go in the top of the 8th. A 2-strike pitch. Struck him out, and that will end the inning. Fastball. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Pomerantz. He does his job, and we head to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Cubs leading 2-0. Michael King will pitch. Carson Kelly, Armstrong, and Swanson trying to hold this game. I don't think, let's see, do they have anybody else they'd want to bring in? Robert Suarez they could bring in, or Mason Miller. Robert Suarez, I think they have him listed as the closer in Baseball Reference. 40 saves, is that right? Mason Miller, I mean. And Waldron, so they're going to bring in Mason Miller. Mason Miller will come in to pitch. right, Mason Miller will pitch. He's a right-hander. Oops. Put it under the wrong column, because I'm keeping score at the same time. Seven batters for King in 1 inning of work. And now Mason Miller will step in. He's basically a short-term reliever. Pitched in 38 games for the Athletics, and then he was traded to San Diego, where he pitched in 22 games, 2 saves, no wins or losses, and a .77 ERA. So he's an effective pitcher, short-term reliever. Closed for the Athletics, but they have Suarez for right? Suarez, I think that's his name. Yeah, Suarez for the Padres already with 40 saves. So, 3, 4, okay. So here we go. Miller to try to keep this game at 2-0, so that the Padres only have to get 2 runs. And Kelly will lead off. Kelly is 0 for 2 in this game, 2 for 5 for the series. Here we go. Full count pitch from Mason Miller. Struck him out on a fastball. 102 miles an hour. He's a flamethrower. So 1 out. Armstrong will bat. He has doubled, driven in a run in 3 trips. He has also struck out twice. 1 for 3 in this game, 1 for 7 in the series. And the first pitch, ground ball sharp to second base, right at the second baseman Cronenworth, and over to Arias, and that's 2 outs. I'd never be a national broadcaster. I can't pronounce the names. All right, here we go. Swanson, he has doubled and scored and struck out twice. He scored the second run, the insurance run, back last inning. So 2 quick outs for Miller, and a 1-strike pitch to Swanson. Fly ball sharply hit to right at Sheets in left field, and 3 outs. So we head to the 9th inning, the decisive 9th inning here. The Padres are trailing 2-0, and they will face the closer for the Cubs, Keller. Brad Keller will pitch and try to get his second save of this series to close it out. Pomerantz did his job, faced 3 batters. Keller will pitch. I'm going to try and get Palencia if they move on, and see if I can make a roster move or not. But for now, Keller will pitch. He had a 2.07 ERA during the season with 3 saves, so he's more than capable of closing this game out. He closed out game 1, and he gets a chance to close out game 2 here. He will face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Do they have any substitutions? What's Will Ragnar? He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. 9 home runs, 29 RBIs. They don't really need a home run, they need base runners. All right, here we go. 1 for 2 is Furman. 1 for 5 in the series. Keller, 1-2 pitch, 3 outs away from moving on. Lined into right center field. Over to get it is Suzuki, and that will put the first runner on base. That's what they needed. They needed a base runner, and now Tatis, Arias, and Machado to follow. Try to keep the Padres in this series. They trail 2-0. Facing Keller. 3rd hit for the Padres. They still haven't scored a run. 17 scoreless innings in this series so far. So here's Tatis on a full count pitch. And they walked him, and it's first and second with nobody out. The bullpen is up for the Cubs if they need to do it. And here's Reyes. Infield, playing normal. I don't know if they should play the corners in or not. I don't know if Reyes will bunt. What did he hit during the season? 292. We're going to put third base in case he bunts. Nobody out. First and second. The Cubs or the Padres are down to their last 3 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. And a 1-1 pitch. Fly ball center field, and it's over Armstrong's head. 1 run will score. Here comes the tying run. The ball goes all the way to home plate. And Reyes is out at third. However, the Padres managed 2 runs on that double by Reyes, and the game is tied. So a double over the head of Reyes or Armstrong in center field. Scores 2. He gets thrown out. Center field to pitcher, I think, to third. And the game is tied. Let's go back and see how that played out. Sharp hit to center field. Armstrong was playing about as far back as you could play. It was hit over his head. Center fielder he threw it over, missed the second baseman, and then the pitcher threw out the runner at third. So an 8-1-5 put out, and that's 1 out. The 2 runs are in, and Keller has not been successful in this game to pull them through. So the Padres have waited till the 9th inning of the second game to finally score. And here's Machado. 1-2 pitch. That is flied out to right field. Suzuki is there, and that's 2 outs. Jackson Merrill, 0 for 3. He will face Keller. He is 0 for 6 for this game, or 0 for 6 in this series. We have a whole new ball game. 1 strike pitch to Merrill. Fly ball right field. Suzuki is there. Should make the catch, and that's the 3rd out. However, the damage was done, and we will have to play the bottom of the 9th inning as the Padres have tied this game at 2-2. And will they bring Mason Miller out for another inning? Or will they go to Suarez? I think they'll save Suarez. They'll pitch Shaw, Bush, and Horner. See if Shaw gets on. Suarez is warming up in the bullpen for the Padres. Let's see if Mason Miller can pitch this bottom of the 9th inning. 1-2 pitch. That is lined out in the center field. Over to get it is Merrill, and that's the 1st out. Are we headed to extra innings in this series? It is a crucial game for the Padres. So 1 out, top of the order. Michael Bush will bat. 0 for 3, 1 for 7 in this series against Mason Miller. 2-2 pitch. That is popped into left field, and over near the foul line is Sheets, and he will grab it, and that's 2 outs. So Horner is the last batter for the Cubs here in the 9th inning, and we may be headed to extra innings here in Chicago. Nico Horner, here we go. 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Miller has pitched 2 innings in this game, and he struck out his second batter on a slider, and that will be it for the 9th inning, and we head to extra innings here in Chicago in a 2-2 game. All right, no ghost runner, it looks like. And Keller is done for this game as he blew the save. Blew the save. now they'll have to go to the bullpen. He pitched 1 inning. Pomeranz pitched 1 inning. So who will the Cubs go to now from their bullpen? It's interesting to see. So who's up? Bogarts, Johnson, and Sheets. Who is their best person that's left? Filebar, Talion. I mean, Kettridge is there. And they still could use, I don't know who pitched in the 3rd game for the Cubs. Talion, okay, they can't use him. So they've got Justin Steele. He's not really that good. Let's see, who's batting again? 1, 2, oh, they got 2. Taylor Rogers. Yep. Taylor Rogers will pitch. I know, Cubs fans. I'm not sure who they use, so we'll see what happens here. As the top of the 10th, as San Diego finally broke through. And tied this game now and forced extra innings. So here we go. Rogers will pitch here in the top of the 10th. Facing Bogarts, Johnson, and Sheets for the Padres. And a must-win for the Padres. 2-1 pitch to Bogarts from Rogers here in the top of the 10th inning. Ratcheting up. Here we go. Swanson gets the ground ball, and it goes over to Bush, and that's the first out. So it's up to the bullpens now. Taylor Rogers will pitch to Johnson. He entered the game as a pinch hitter and replaced O'Hearn, so he's 0 for 1. And a full count pitch from Rogers. Struck him out on a slider, and that's 2 outs. 2 strikeouts for Johnson. And that's 2 outs, and here's Gavin Sheets, 0 for 3 in this game. 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out, so Rogers does the job. No runs, no hits. The slider got him. And no errors. We head to the bottom of the 10th inning here in Chicago, and it's 2-2. Miller is done. He did his job. They face 6 batters, 2 innings. And now they will go to Suarez. They will go to Suarez. They've got all these left-handers here. Let's see, who's up? Switch hitter, blah, blah, blah. Well, they might go to a left-hander. They're going to go with Morjan. Not Suarez. Morjan? Yeah. Adrian Morjan, if that's how you pronounce it. So they're going to go with the left-hander. Because Tucker's up this inning, and they're going to go with the left-hander. Left-hander. So, here we go. Adrian Morjan, 75 games he appeared in, 13-6 record, 3 saves, 2.08 ERA. To keep this game and lead to the 11th inning. Happ, Tucker, and Suzuki to bat. Happ is 0 for 3, 0 for 7 in the series. And a one-strike pitch to him from Morjan. Ground ball to short. Bogarts will throw it over to Reyes, and that's the first out. Kyle Tucker, hottest hitter for the Cubs, 4 for 6 in this series. He's 1 for 2 in this game with 2 walks. Full count to Tucker. That is flied out to center field. It is over the head of Merrill. It will hit the wall, and Tucker will be in at second base with a double. His 5th hit of this series. And it will be Suzuki to bat. So 1 out, 1 on. The winning run at second. And Suzuki is 1 for 2, 2 for 8 in this series. He can end this game right now. Full count. That is line to short, and Bogarts will grab it, so 2 outs. Carson Kelly to bat for the Cubs. He is 0 for 3, 2 for 6 for the series. Who do they got on the bench? Justin Turner, Nicky Lopez. Who's their other catcher? They don't have another catcher? That's the only catcher they got? That's weird. Who would be their other catcher? Reese McGuire? He's not there? Huh. Okay. I thought he was there. Didn't he play in the first game? No. No, he did not. Interesting. All right. So it will be Carson Kelly with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th inning to try and win this game for the Cubs and move on. First pitch. And he walked him intentionally. So an intentional walk makes a ground ball at any base, or force out at any base for Pete Crow Armstrong to face Morjan. Left-handed batter. He has an RBI. He's 1 for 4, 1 for 8 in the series. Left-handed pitcher against a left-handed batter with 2 outs. Ball game. Line, sharply hit to first, and Reyes grabs it and takes it to first base. We will head to the 11th inning, 2-2. Rogers will start this inning, and he will face Cronenworth, and we'll see if they go any farther with him. Full count. Lined into right center field. That it will go all the way to the wall. Picking it up is Suzuki, and a leadoff double for Cronenworth. And Furman will bat. And do they go to the bullpen with righties coming up? So the Cubs are not doing well here. Could bring in Ryan Rozier, Cavalli. They're not going to bring in him because I think he pitches the 3rd game. So Ryan Brazier. Okay, we're bringing him in. Brazier. Right-hander. So the right-hander will come in to pitch here in the top of the 11th inning. Another short-term person. All right. So here we go. Furman to bat. They will play the 3rd baseman in case of a bunt. Though the catcher bunting is a low probability, but you never know. Cronenworth at second. Potential lead run. 1 ball, no strikes. To Furman, he's 2 for 3 in this game. That is a fly ball to left field. In comes Happ, and he will grab it. And that will hold the runner, Cronenworth at second. So 1 out for the top of the order, Tatis. Shaded to the left in the infield, playing relatively deep in the outfield. And Tatis, here we go. Oh, they intentionally walked him to set up the double play. So Reyes, who brought the key hit in the 9th inning to tie this game with a double, will bat against Brazier. See if he has a little magic in him this time. We have a good game here. Extra innings. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Padres. 2 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Cubs, as the Padres try to hang on and force game 3. 1 strike pitch to Reyes. Ground ball to first. He will take it to first. So Bush, unassisted, moves the runners to second and third, and that's 2 outs. And Machado will bat. Machado, 1 for 4 in this game. He doubled earlier, and he's 1 for 7 in the series. This is a big out here, unless they intentionally walk him to get to Merrill, which I don't know if they'll do that. So 1-2 pitch to Machado. That is lined into left field. That will drop in front of Happ. 1 run will score. Here comes the second one, and that will be a 2-run single for Manny Machado. And the Padres now lead it 4-2. So Machado comes through here in the top of the 11th inning and knocks in 2 runs. And the Padres are hanging on. And it will be Merrill to bat. He's 0 for 4, 0 for 7. Machado on first base. Most likely isn't going to go anywhere. An 0-2 pitch. That is fly ball to deep left field. Is it gone? It is. And Merrill has added more to the game. And the Padres all of a sudden are looking like Babe Ruth out here. And 2 more runs will score. And it's a 4-run top of the 11th for the Padres. Off of Brazier. 6-2, San Diego. Xander Bogaerts will bat. 3 hits this inning. And 4 runs. So here we go. Nobody on. 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Grounded sharply through to center field, and that will be another base hit for the Padres in this inning. Not a good inning for Ryan. Not a good inning at all. And it will be Bryce Johnson. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. 1 strike. There goes the runner. And the throw is late, and that will be a stolen base for Bogaerts, and he places himself at second and potential insurance run for that. So they're up 6-2 and trying to get another one. 1-1 pitch and a 2-2 pitch. Fly ball center field. Here comes Armstrong settling under it, but a big inning for the Padres here in the top of the 11th inning. And they lead it 6-2, and they're going to bring their real closer in, Suarez. So Suarez will come in to pitch and try to end this game and send it to a decisive game 3. Suarez. Suarez. All right, he's a right-hander. Try to close this game out. 70 games, 4-6 record, 40 saves, 2.97 ERA. So he will enter the game and try to finish it off. Pitched in 70 games. So trying to hang on here. All right, trying to close it out. For the Padres, it will be Swanson, Shaw, and Bush. Maybe a pinch hitter in there. We'll see. Here we go. 1-strike pitch. The rally is on. We'll see what happens. Ground ball, well hit, sharply hit the third. Machado is up, throws it across, and that's 1 out. They need base runners. Do the Cubs, and they're 2 outs away from having to go to play game 3. Willie Castro will bat for Shaw. No, Shaw will bat. Shaw will bat. Shaw is 2 for 4. Has an RBI and looks like a stolen base too. All right, they need base runners. Here we go. First pitch. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Bogarts over to first, and that's the 2nd out of this inning. So 2 quick outs for Suarez, and he's 1 out away from ending this game, and Michael Bush will bat. 0 for 4, 1 for 8 in the series. Long uphill climb here for the Cubs. Ground ball to second. Every infielder but the first baseman had a ground ball this inning, and that's the 3rd out, and that's the game. As the Padres take it in 11 innings, 6-2. 6-2 for the Padres. They woke up in the 9th inning, tied the game, and came back in the 11th and won it. So the series is now going to be tied at 1-1 with a decisive game 3 in the next day. So, big hit was Machado, 2-run single. Well, the first big hit was Luis Arraez double. Back in the 9th inning, scored 2 runs, and then in the 11th inning, Machado with a 2 RBI single, followed by Merrill hitting a 2-run home run. So I don't know who is going to be the. Let's see, if I had to pick. I'm not sure who it would be. It might be Machado as the player of the game. Let's see if I'm right. They pitched. Oh my, they picked the losing team's starting pitcher as the player of the game. I mean, he did pitch well, but he didn't win, and so that's a little curious. But anyway, the winning pitcher for the San Diego Padres is Morjan, and Suarez does not get the save because it was a 4-run win, and the losing pitcher is Rogers for the Cubs. So Ryan Brazier didn't have a good inning, but they gave the loss goes to Rogers because the batter was Cronenworth, who scored the winning run. So let's see if there's any other details that look good here in this game. It was a pretty good game, and it turned out. It was scoreless for San Diego till the 9th. They had 17 innings without a run in this series until the 9th inning. For the Cubs, it looks like Shaw had a good game, 2 for 5. Tucker, 2 for 3. Just not enough. They tried to hang on. The bullpen let them down. So the final totals: 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the winning Padres, and the Chicago Cubs, 2 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The winning pitcher was, let me get the name right, Adrian Morjan. The losing pitcher was Taylor Rogers for the Cubs. So now let's go to the score thing and see what's up. What's the next game going to be? The next game is going to be the Cincinnati Reds against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I don't know who's pitching. I'll have to check out the real schedule to see who the starting pitchers will be. Let me see who they were in Game 2. I know there wasn't a Game 3. There's Game 2. Or was there Game 3? No, there was only 2. So who pitched the second game for each team? For the Reds, it looks like Littell. And for the Dodgers, it was Yamamoto. So it will be Littell against Yamamoto in the second game from Dodger Stadium as the Cincinnati Reds try to close out the series and move on to face the second seed Philadelphia Phillies. So that's it for this game and this day for baseball, and we did have an exciting one here. So 2 good games so far. 6-5 Cleveland beat Detroit in their first game, and the Cubs lose to San Diego, who has evened the series. They lose 6-2 to the Padres. And now it's time for the Reds and Dodgers. So we'll continue this in the next couple days and see if we can finish off this day, because the Yankees and Red Sox are the last game, and we all know how those games end up being. So there's some history there. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, that's it for tonight, and we'll see you later.